As always, if you like this video, please click subscribe.
Today we'll be reviewing the Concept2 Model D Rower. We'll talk a little bit about what I like about the rower and what I dislike about the rower, and also just kind of walk through how to use it, how to use the monitor, and some basics about the machine itself. I'm not going to get into rowing technique for today's video, but just want to talk a little bit about the rower. All right, let's get started. Top 3 things I love about this rower. 1, the monitor. The monitor is simple to use, it's really easy, really effective, and it gives you lots of great information. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Number 2, I definitely love the ErgData app. This is an app that Concept2 has. Put it on your phone, syncs wirelessly to the monitor, allows you to do everything you need to do in terms of seeing some extra data, and makes it super easy to upload your workouts to the Concept2 Logbook. Last but not least, I love the fact that this Model D rower is so easy to use in terms of taking it apart, putting it back together again, and storage. So I really appreciate the fact that Concept2 put some thought into it. The rower itself isn't that heavy. You can put it in your car pretty easily, and it's just so easy to use in my home gym. So with that, I'll start focusing a little bit more now on the PM5 and talk a little bit about why it's so easy to use.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the PM5 monitor. You'll see the setup here is pretty straightforward. We'll go ahead and click on Just Row, and you can see here that you have the units of meters. You can change the units to different units here. You'll see watts, and then you'll see calories and calories per hour. Let's go back to meters, and again you can click Display and now get different types of information. Again, another display will show you your forces. So as you stroke, a pace boat, which gives you a sense of staying on pace, your wattage, which is your power, and then back to your normal meters. Let's go ahead and select workout, and you'll see different types of workouts that are present. We'll do standard list. You'll see different types of meters and time, as well as some interval, 500 meter, 1 minute rest. If you go back now and you do new workout, you'll see different types of workouts you can create. We'll do single distance. Here you can set the distance as well as the pace boat length. So I'm going to go ahead and just play with different distances. You can see I've selected 2500, and then you can set a pace boat to 2 minute pace, for example, and then you can go ahead and just set up that workout and it'll begin. And like I showed you before, you can also see the pace boat now, and you see that the pace boat has that 2 minute pace. So here we'll select workout, and then we'll go to rerow. So if you have a favorite workout you've done in the past, you can always find it and then select it at any time. So that way it'll save you a lot more time when you're set up. Now let's do a new workout. Let's do single time. This time we'll select a time instead of a distance duration. You can also do single calorie as well as intervals if you want to do intervals for distance, time, calorie, or variable. So here you can set a time of a 1 minute or 2 minute, and then obviously you can set a rest time for whatever you want, as well as the pace boat. So in this example, I have a 1 minute of work, 1 minute of rest, and you can see here the workout, what it will look like on the display. So now let's do a new type of workout, a special, and you can see those types of options. I don't use those very often, but they're there just in case you need them. Another feature I use all the time is the connect feature. Here the PM5 attempts to connect to different types of wireless apps or a heart rate strap. Very useful, and we'll talk more about that later. Another feature I really love is the ability to look at a summary of your workouts by date, by type, or by monthly totals. So here you can scroll through, find different workouts that you've done, and again, do a zoom in, take a look at them. Here I'll select by type. I can do a single distance. I can find some of the workouts that I've done recently and always sort of do a summary. So I'll do an example here where I select by date. I scroll down and I select 100 meters. And this is a pretty short workout, but it gives you some very good statistics. You can also go down a little further. I'll pick the 2,000 meters. Here it is, right there. And you can zoom in on it, take a look. You can also select the units button to get that information in different units. So now I'm going to showcase a couple of additional features and things that I really like about the PM5 utilities, information, different types of games. Feel free to enjoy this wonderful elevator music as I showcase a couple of these screens. If you remember earlier in the video, I spoke about how you can connect to your PM5 wirelessly. In this example, I've connected the ErgData app, which you can get on your App Store for your iPhone or Android device, to the PM5 and get additional information about your row. This has always been really helpful for me as I'm rowing if I have the mobile device and the PM5 together. If you swipe to the right, you'll see additional information that I've found helpful as I look at, for example, my overall stroke count for the entire row. Last but not least, the ErgData shows you a summary of your row, much like the PM5 does. Always very helpful. If you notice in the bottom right-hand corner, there's an upload button. That's what you'll use to upload these results to your Concept2 logbook. Let's talk about the logbook now. The logbook shows quite a bit of information. Every time I upload one of my rows from the ErgData app, it appears automatically in the logbook. Here I can see the distances, the dates, the times, the paces, and all sorts of information about my different rows. It also organizes them by season, so you can have a different type of view per season. And then, if you want to, you can actually zoom in on a particular workout and see more details. In this workout, you can see I did 2,000 meters at an 8:20 time with a 2:05 pace. It shows you your stroke rate, your pace. If you have a heart rate monitor on, it'll show you your heart rate. So it's very, very useful for analyzing your row and trying to become a better rower. And when you're ready, you can always compare yourself to other rowers in the same weight class, gender, age, country, and so on and so forth. There are different types of ranked rowing workouts. So you can see in this example, I ranked 190th out of 313 people with an average of 18 seconds for the 100-meter row.
And here are a couple things I would love for Concept2 to think about in their next version of their rower. One, the damper. I love using the damper. It's easy to use. The problem is when you're strapped in, for shorter people like me, it's a little bit hard to reach over there and change the damper maybe mid-row. A lot of rows you don't need to do that, but for longer rowing, sometimes I like to change the damper during the row, so it's a little bit hard for me to do that. The other thing I would love to see changed a little bit is the noise. I understand Concept2 rower is an air rower, so it's got fan blades in here, so it's going to make a little bit of noise. Not a big deal for me, not a big deal for my garage gym, but if you're comparing it against a magnetic rower, then it's going to probably make a little bit more noise than that. So just two things to be aware of. Overall, I'm very, very, very pleased with my purchase of the Concept2. I would definitely buy this machine again, and in fact, I'm going to be buying their Concept2 Bike Erg shortly, and I'll be posting a review of that on my channel. So please subscribe if you want to see that when it comes up. Thank you.